I hope you're sitting comfortably as we're taking a look at the new illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. What's up, Greg-Ghouls? Hello, I am TheGregWhoLived and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the brand new illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which has been illustrated by the wonderful duo at Minalima. Minalima are of course the wonderful and creative people behind pretty much all of the props in the Harry Potter film series, and more recently they turned to recreating classic stories such as Alice in Wonderland and The Secret Garden into illustrated editions that have pop-outs and have a new sort of look that's really to do with their style. And so it was only a matter of time before they turned their hand to the story of our favourite boy wizard and released this brand new illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This book just arrived yesterday on release day and I have been absolutely blown away with the book. It's fantastic. I'll be giving you my honest review of this book, the illustrations, the contents, and we can go along on the journey and see exactly what magic this book holds. So you can actually buy the book from Minalima on their website, and it's signed by the creative duo and it costs £30, but you can also get it from other great book retailers, Amazon, Waterstones, many other bookstores, in person or online. So make sure you check out to see if your bookstore has got copies of it in, but I'll also put the link to Minalima in the description if you want to get your very own signed copy. So here is the copy which came with this fantastic leaflet, and this is what I was saying about the other classics that they have illustrated. Also on the back it has some of their other prints which are available, their notebooks and details of their shop as well. But for the main event, let's check out this bad boy. So first things first, you're not meant to judge a book by its cover, but this one is absolutely out of this world, magical, fantastic. It's gold, it's bright, it's bold, and what I love is instantly this is very different to any other type of Harry Potter illustration that we've seen from Minalima. And actually I think within the Potter world, I know that people like Peter, the Potter collector, collects a lot of different editions that have different illustrators with different sort of cultural editions, I suppose, depending on where the person's come from that has illustrated the book. This copy, I think they've gone with something quite classic fairy tale-ish looking, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. This is almost like a book that would be in Hogwarts library. It's really thick. I love that it's got this castle on the side, which makes me believe that they will be doing the rest in the series, so they will look lovely all stacked together. It's embossed all the way around with detail. We've got the blurb on the back as well, and overall it's a really hefty book, which makes me confident that there's a lot of magic to be seen inside. As well, on the front we've got all the gold foiling. There's lots of little details going all the way around the outside, and what I love is that they've actually put little details to the story in the border. So we've got the 4 Hogwarts mascots in each corner. Then we've got pumpkins, we've got a golden snitch, a philosopher's stone. There's also keys, scabbers, some chess pieces, jelly beans, Harry's letter, and they've also included a thistle because it is actually in Scotland. So they've really added all the extra details, tried to make this as full and as packed as possible, all completed so well. It's such nice thick paper that it's printed on. It is a really tactile, really just brilliantly designed book. I think this will be really good at capturing sort of a younger audience, getting them really interested into Harry Potter, and also I think us adults quite enjoy it as well. It is very whimsical, it is very magical. I think they've hit the nail on the head and they've really put everything they can into it. I was a bit skeptical because I wasn't sure if it was just going to be a lot of the things that we've seen from the films, but me and Lima have completely redesigned everything. And I know that they often say there are a couple of things within the Harry Potter films that they would love to have redesigned, so I do wonder if they've had the chance with this. But now that we've seen the outside, let's take a look inside. And here we have the signatures of Minalima, which is also backed onto this absolutely wonderful print of witches flying around with stars and golden snitches. I absolutely love the notebooks that Minalima do of the Hogwarts textbooks, and I just think they are brilliant at pattern making and making wizardy prints. So definitely not disappointed. We've got the chapter page, and then we go straight into the very first illustration. And here we can see they've actually done title pages for each chapter and illustrations that go with them in this border, which is sort of like raw iron fencing. It's also got lots of little extra details in going all around as well. And for some reason I get a real 60s sort of vibe with the way that it's been designed. The colours, it reminds me of Enid Blyton books. They've done a really good job at developing something different. It must be quite hard now with so many people having illustrated the books. What we've seen on film, to recreate something brand new must be quite difficult, but they've completely managed it, and it's still very exciting to see what could come after this. Also, as well as just these main pages, they've also illustrated sort of every other page frequently throughout. So here we can see all the wizards celebrating when they shouldn't have been, but to be fair, you know who had been vanquished. And even on pages where it's a lot of text, we've still got borders around the outside and little owls just flying here and there as well. Absolutely love this illustration of Petunia and Vernon. Again, got that sort of 60s vibe. She's got her beehive going on. So maybe they have been inspired by it, I'm not entirely sure. But just look at these types of illustrations. I love the really bold colour palette they've gone with. It's very whimsical, but it has all the details that is written in the text. So Dumbledore's got his high-heeled shoes, he's got his beard tucked into his belt. They've really taken a lot from the text. Even small details like here relate to the text that's on the page. So this is where Dumbledore offers a lemon sherbet to McGonagall, and they've just done it to break up the page. And I think it's easy to see that they've had a lot of fun with this, and also as a reader, it's nothing that's too distracting, but it just adds to the experience of reading it. It also includes pop-out bits and fold-outs and that type of interactive element. So here we can see they actually put protectors in, which is really good, just to ensure they have a good quality product. But here we have Dumbledore's pocket watch. If you watch my recent videos, you'll see that I actually own a Dumbledore's pocket watch. They made a few thousand of them as a replica during the first release of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone film, but this is from the book and something we've never really seen before. So let's have a look. Here we go. So this is like an interactive element. So it moves, and then this all spins round. It's got different hands. They move round, and it's just really simple paper mechanics, but it's absolutely exceptionally done. Even the background has this kind of Art Deco peacock feather look to it, and it just, to read this when you're younger, to have these interactive elements, I think is just a perfect experience. Really adds to the text that you're reading and just gives you those extra details and the extra excitement I can imagine if you were reading this for the very first time. And even at great pages like this, which is to Harry Potter, The Boy Who Lived, and their style of showing how there was excitement all over the world because Voldemort being vanquished, I just think it's fantastic. And once again, look, we've got another chapter, but whereas the first one kind of related to the whole of the chapter, this one is relating to literally where the chapter begins. So that's quite nice that they're kind of following through the whole story, not just classic scenes from the story. And there he is. The boy who lived in his cupboard under the stairs. Got the letters from no one here, and here is another interactive element with some protective tissue paper, which is Harry's first letter. And as I say, Minalima designed the letter for the first Harry Potter film, but they've redone it, redesigned it, and it's actually in this book, an interactive element that folds out and has all the writing on the inside. They've redesigned the Hogwarts crest, and it's just such a quirky and innovative way of redesigning something that has become a classic now. Diagon Alley was always one of my favourites, reading Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, So I'm very excited for this chapter. We actually have a folding out Diagon Alley. How stunning is that? How they've redesigned all the shops is just absolutely brilliant, and it's so whimsical that I love it. And just look, it all fits back together, and it's like the brick wall. Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. It's such a tactile experience for anyone who's reading this book, and I just think all the details are so magical, so creative, and they've really done a good job. I won't go through the whole book, just so if you do buy it, there are still some secrets for you to see, but I did have to show you some more of my favourite parts from the rest of the book. I've got the famous Hogwarts Express, Harry and Ron on the Hogwarts Express sharing a lot of sweets. Hermione's just visited the carriage with Neville, who of course has lost his toad. The introduction of Draco Malfoy. Got the sorting hat, the fat lady, and what I really love about this is it doesn't only allow her eyes to move all around as she's looking at who's entering the common room, but the fact that it has the common room and the wall space that you go through to get there. Super whimsical. I'm just literally lost for words. So we go from normal Hogwarts to Christmas Hogwarts. Severus Snape looking particularly fashionable in his little green neck scarf, and I'm going to finish it off with one of my favourite parts of Philosopher's Stone, which is the Devil's Snare. I think Devil's Snare is a really creepy but a really interesting plant. It was my favourite challenge the trio had to get through, and I absolutely love any illustrations like the Fred Bode ones from the original 2001 merch. They did trading card games, and that had a Devil's Snare card as well. And Minalima have not disappointed with this absolutely brilliant illustration here as well. So I'm going to leave it there, as I don't want to spoil all the surprises from this absolutely incredible illustrated edition. But I cannot recommend this enough. I was a bit skeptical. We've already had illustrated editions, why do we need any more? But I would say that this one is very different to the Jim Kay ones, which of course is illustrated editions with proper full A4 pages of illustrations, whereas this is more of a, I wouldn't say pocket, more Hermione backpack size book. But I think this has a magic about it with the interactivity, which the Jim Kay ones are more of a storybook to be read, whereas this is quite hands-on, very, very tactile. It's great to hold, really great to read, and it's really, really good quality. With Minalima, I wouldn't expect anything else, so I am extremely happy with this. And I wasn't actually sure if I would get the rest in this series. However, from this one, I definitely would. When and if we will get the rest in the series, who knows? However, I just think if this is just the beginning, then we have a lot more to come. I think this would be a great Christmas present for any kids who want to get started with the Harry Potter series. It's the fantastic story we all know and love, just through the eyes of Minalima, creating more of their unique vision. Which part was your favourite, and what are you most looking forward to in future books? As usual, comment below and let me know. And I've absolutely loved reviewing it for all of you. But if there are any more products, ideas or videos that you would like to see as well, don't forget to drop me a comment below. You can catch up on my older videos by clicking here or here and subscribe to my channel at the bottom. That's all from me, but until next time, stay safe, stay magical, and don't let the muggles get you down. Until then, bye.